So the challenge for many home sellers is figuring out just what to do or just how to do it, which ultimately can just lead to a lot of indecision.
No, yes, no, yes. No, yes. Definitely not.
Well, what if we could actually help you visualize this space into this space just in seconds, with not only that, a list of things of what needs to be done? Well, the exciting part, thanks to AI tools like ChatGPT, we can take your existing space and suggest what to do to appeal to today's buyers in seconds. Now, before you actually have to move a single piece of furniture. So I'm Harold Powell, local real estate agent here in Ventura, California. And if you're new to the channel and are interested in all things real estate for Ventura and the surrounding areas, well, then I suggest hitting the subscribe, the like, and the bell icon to be notified of future content. So today I will show you 3 easy steps when using ChatGPT to help you improve the look and the feel of your home before putting it on the market. Now, my spoiler alert is don't miss step 3, since that's where all the magic happens. All right, so let's start with step 1. Identify a space that you want to transform. To upload the photo into ChatGPT, just click on the plus sign, and that is just below the Ask Anything question, and pick the option to load the photo. So, for example, I load this photo of this living room space, and going on to step 2 is we then put in the prompt or the question to ask ChatGPT. Now, I will say asking the right question or the right prompt is a critical step in this process. So I have tinkered around with a couple different prompts and found this one to be pretty good. So the prompt I use is give me some budget and buyer-friendly design suggestions to get the home ready for sale with paint colors, furniture layouts, lighting, and decor options. So it will analyze the photo and then create a list of recommendations. So here is the list of suggestions for paint color, furniture layout, decor, and decluttering and lighting improvements. Now, the best part of this list is probably the budget estimate, which breaks down the costs as well as gives you a total estimate, which in this case runs $725 to $1,500. All right, so let's move on to step 3. So in this step, you may see a prompt that asks you if you would like a visual mock-up of the suggestions. Now, of course, if you don't, no problem. Just ask for a visual mock-up of the recommended suggestions. So this will take a minute, but it will come up with a digital mock-up like this, showing exactly how the room would look once recommended suggestions are completed. Now, what's amazing is the suggestions are tailored specifically for your home. So now when you look at the before and after side by side, you can actually see one of the changes made was actually to put paintings over the bookshelves in this case, which isn't really going to work. So if you screenshot that bookshelf and upload it into ChatGPT with the prompt, then it comes up with this buyer-friendly look that you can see here. Now, let's run a few additional before and examples just to give you a feel for how this works. So in this case, we'll look at this primary bedroom, which is typically a focal point for many homes. So let's look at this primary bedroom space, and after the prompt, it provided the suggested paint, decor, layout changes, and the cost, which would run somewhere between $825 and $1,950. So next is the digital mock-up of the space. I think you probably agree this room actually feels much more luxurious by the time ChatGPT is done. So let's take a run at a living room space. This living room space could use some suggestions, and after hitting the prompt, here's what the suggestions it came up with, which include replacing the large sectional with a smaller, modern L-shaped or 2-piece set, warm up the walls, swap the gallery wall for 1 to 2 large art pieces, and a total estimated budget between $1,900 and $3,700. And here's what the upgraded look comes up with. It really does elevate the living room space. So let's move on to an exterior example. So when we look at the exterior, sometimes you just may want a few options. So in this example, we'll use this 1980s home, and I wanted 3 suggestions that would appeal to buyers. So it came up with these 3 different color scheme options. Option 1 is the classic warm neutral, with the main color palette being a Sherwin-Williams accessible beige. Option 2 is the coastal modern, which the main siding is going to reflect a Benjamin Moore Revere pewter color. And then option 3 is a warm desert modern. And the main siding here is a Dunn Edwards miner's dust. So it also provided an estimated cost to do this between $4,200 and $7,200. And lastly, it provided an estimated perceived value property boost of $10,000 to $20,000 for a property that's worth between $850,000 to $1 million. Now, sometimes we notice that the colors shown aren't exactly how they are in reality. And I will typically run it by our in-house decorator just to be sure. Otherwise, you can look at a paint fan deck to also verify the colors. All right, let's take a look at our last example. This is a dining room that I uploaded and, of course, added the prompt. And by now, ChatGPT actually knew my preferences, and it provided a combined list and mock-up that you can see here. It recommended declutter and lighting change, and the estimated budget for this was between $575 and $1,050 to do. Now, the one glitch is that the flooring it recreated was wood with a throw rug, while the original photo had carpet. Well, in general, ChatGPT provides some great insights and tools to getting your property ready for sale in blazing speed. So, I hope you found today's video helpful. If so, give it a thumbs up. Thanks.